it's Cabal, and I'm back with yet another story. Now, this one is a new story that was just came off of the mental. It just came off of the mental, and it came off the top of the head. So, without further ado, we're just gonna jump right into it. Now, we're going to get a little bit of the backstory. So, let's say you are a loser, a lowly meat beater who lives in your house and just sits there all day, drinking out the bottom instead of getting money. You are about to get evicted from your apartment, and it is your last day. After a 10-hour drag off session, you
Wow.
realize that your DoorDash employment requests an order from you. You take DoorDash orders and as an attempt to get right
I
back
don't
on your
know.
feet and
You
to pay
spend
off your
money?
DoorDash debt. And
Which build? My build?
as you look at the DoorDash order on your phone,
What's it
it
called? I
says
don't think I spent money on this build.
it says 200 condom
I think
delivery.
if I spent money, it was at most like
And
$5.
as you look,
And I just
you are
played events,
astonished
Aaron.
about
And I just played
how
events and
many
played rec and
condoms
got VC.
how many
And
condoms are in
it's
the
realistically
delivery.
only like
But
200,000
you
VC
think
to
nothing
upgrade
of
a
it
build,
as you are only
at least
focused
to be
about the
usable, and
money.
then just get it
And
usable and then use it and then upgrade it once you feel like you need to
as
upgrade.
you grab the condom from the store, the corner store near your house, and say this is for a DoorDash order, the owner lets you off the hook with a free purchase of 3,000 condoms. And as you are driving in your car to the Love Hotel, you realize that the
Nice.
hotel is
What's
a
the deal?
love hotel called Porny Love. And as you walk into the hotel, it smells it smells of aromas of girly girl perfume and boy cologne. As you walk into as you as you walk into the elevator and you click on the fifth floor, you hear lots of porny noises and moaning and boning
You're
and
so
groaning.
gay, it's not even funny.
And
Hey, our center has a triple
and you
double.
and as you hear these noises, you start to have a sense of discomfort in your ears. So you put your AirPods in and put on the latest single from Osama called Demon Home. And as you are bopping your head to this song,
And
you
that was
start
essentially a
walking
snatch
with
block.
a rhythm to the 30th room and the fifth floor. And as you approach the 30th room on the fifth floor, you knock on the door. You give it a
Oh yeah, George Gervin has all the
and
bullshit stuff in his layup
you
package.
say
And you
order
fell,
for
hey, Aaron, you
30,000
fell for the
condoms.
George Gervin scam, man.
And rather than a
And they
male
release that junk every
individual
single year.
opening the
It's
door,
trash.
and rather than someone opening the door, you hear rapid footsteps and a familiar voice saying, "It's here. They're here." And you notice that voice is your girlfriend. As she opens the door, she looks surprised as she looks at you with a robe on, and she shouts, "Babe," in a questioning voice. And as that word gets shouted, the muscular man walks over to you and says, "Babe, who is this loser?" And your John starts to act as if she never knew you, as if she didn't claim you. He says, "Oh, well, this is just my loser boyfriend." And the muscular
Hey,
man
Aaron,
starts
that
to
shit would have got glassed if it
snarkle
was
and
wide
giggle
open,
and
Aaron.
laugh as he realizes how
George Gervin lamps
scrawny
out
and
is
loser you
trash.
are. And he picks your John up and says, "Well, loser boy, this
Loser, Gooner.
babe here of yours is going to be
Go all the
mine
way in.
all
Go.
night long." And the niggas start to giggle as they close the door and laugh in your face. And as you start trudging to the elevator, you start to cry and you start to whimper as a Sherm would. And instead of being like floating Cabal and beating him up, you decide to walk to the elevator like a loser. And
Oh.
Okay. Now, as you go on the elevator, you are sitting there crying, thinking about the fact that your John is getting crushed
Yo, he's still
by
on this
a
bullshit.
muscular man, and you sit there like a loser cock that can't get any Johns. And the as you walk out the hotel and you walk into the streets, you actually bump into a man who is
Air.
lanky,
Why? That was my assist.
lanky, tall, and has a black trench coat on. And the tall, black, lanky man says, "Hey, loser, come here. I'm meaning to talk to you." And you follow him into the dark and creepy alley, the dark and creepy alleyway
What?
with no light at
Wow.
all. And he pulls out his phone and he
Nigga about
reveals
to
a
send me a
flashlight on
picture
his
of my
phone.
build.
As he puts his hand in his pocket and he starts rustling for something. He he's either looking for you don't know what it could be. It could be a knife to attack you and harm you and kill you, a gun to shoot you in GTA, or a dildo, I mean a brass knuckles to punch you in the face and beat you up. But he pulls out a pill,
I'll look
and
at it after this game.
by by the looks of the pill, it is a medium-sized pill, and it says the word 30. So you assume it is a Percocet 30 that must have been from the doctor's office. And he says, "Listen,
Why are the
loser
physicals
boy,
so low?
I've seen everything that happened. I've seen you get cucked by that muscular boy with your John. And I'm here
Why
to
was
help
he
you out."
creeping on them? He's weird as shit.
Wait, wait, no, it's like I don't even know. Like he just like I don't even know how he seen him, bro. He's like he was hacking or something. Like he like hacked into his eyes or something. He's seen him. So what do you think I'm about to do, bro? Oh, I'm gonna punch you, bro. No, 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 no. No, I didn't even do that, bro. No, no, it's not, bro. No, it's not, bro. I would have beaten up the muscular man. I would have taken my John back and I would have probably did the can method on her for even thinking about cheating on me. And I would have broken up with her. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. But anyway, back to the story, bro. Shut up, Aaron. So he puts his hand out with the perk and he says, "Pop this perk and join us in the pill life, or stay a cuck loser that will beat his meat
This is
for the rest
not
of his
Fight
life
Club. This
and
nigga's talking about Fight Club.
find out that your girlfriend is a newly new porn star and you
Hey,
go
and this
to
is
him
Gooner Fight
and the
Club. And this
cuck
is Gooner
boy.
Fight Club, man.
And as you take with nothing to lose, you quickly swipe up the perk from his hand and you gulp it down with a gulp of uncertainty, not knowing whether this could
Yo,
be your last seconds on earth, whether the perk could be laced and you could die within a millisecond, or this pill could be a life changing substance. But as you consume the perk, your eyes widen, and a flare that hasn't been sparked inside of you since you were a kid has suddenly flared up again. You have energy, you have drive, you have everything you need to start a new career and have passion for anything in life. And all of a sudden, as you are tweaking out in the creepy alley, the dark man disappears and vanishes into
I
thin
don't know.
air.
Maybe.
As you realize this, you start sprinting towards your apartment with newfound passion and energy and drive to do anything you can to get back on your feet and make that bread. And you have a little bit of a sugar rush. As that sugar rush starts to die down, you see a package at your door. And it's from the man with the trench coat. And it says, "Take these and use these to fuel your passion for any career or hobby that you desire." And as you take the package in and you put it on the ground in your room. You open it up and you realize there's a plethora of perks in this box. Now you take
My dimer's on gold now.
this box of perks. And with this box, you spend the whole entire night thinking of new ideas of how to make money. Anything. You try rapping. You try doing anything in the world. You try rapping. You try hooping. You try nooping and snooping and booping. But the one thing that has stood out to you, with this box, you can make a killing off of some drugs. Now, bro, I'm getting tired just like thinking about this. I'm tired. I don't know why, but like I'm starting to feel more tired the more I think about this story, the more I tell this story. I need to wake up.
Because you want to dream about that, Jink.
No, that's not true. But listen though, as you think of this new idea to sell drugs, you spend the whole entire night thinking of labeling, packaging, all types of bulljinkering that could be used to advertise your new company. And you call these perks, not just ordinary perks, but passion perks. And you sell them on the street, in the alleyways, to people with no hope for life or no passion, no desire, no drive, hopeless, suicidal, all types of people out there. And it seems like you're changing lives for the better with just the use of a drug, a pill, a perk, a perk.
It's one of his most bullshit rants he's ever been on.
Yeah. Hey, bro, niggas just be thinking. Niggas just be bored and be thinking. But as you realize this is a success, you end up accumulating over $1 million in net worth over your selling business. And you LARP as a fake doctor. You sell these perks in bigger business areas. You expand and you make millions of dollars. Now, knowing that the black trenchcoat man may see this, you decide I'll send him a percentage of my income as a thank you. And just because he helped me with this. Now with a nice letter that has been filled with money with up to $200,000 there, which is a portion of the million that you have made from this company. You walk to the trenchcoat man the next time you see him, and you hand him the letter with the money in it. I mean the envelope. Why am I saying letter? I couldn't think of the word envelope. I'm definitely tired. I'm finna take a nap after this. As he sees the envelope and he opens the money and he sees $200,000 in that envelope, rather than giving gratitude and thanking you, he frowns and he starts to glare at you. And as he sees this money, he's like, only 200K? And he starts shouting the hard R. Negus, 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 Negus. I made you. Without me, there'll be no passion perks. Without me, there'll be no you. Without me, there'll be no millions. And as he angrily pushes you against a brick wall, attempting to end you right then and there. So now you have to fondle his vitals to try and cut the circulation out of his hand. Hey, bro, I did that when we was playing current gen. And as you cut the circulation up, as you cut the circulation in his hand, you attempt to escape. But he pins the wall.
Yeah, and I know exactly who you're talking about. And he's wearing that mascot in his mic court. Yeah, I know exactly.
But what's his name? What's his name?
He's wearing the Clippers mascot in his mic court. I know exactly who Aaron's talking about.
What's his account name? Oh, let me keep going with the story then. He pins his hand to a wall, stopping you and putting your
Play my
escape,
career,
your
bro.
attempted escape, to a halt. And as he regains his circulation in his other hand, he attempts to swing on you with a punch. And as you dodge the punch, he punches his other
Shit, I
hand
felt
and
like
cuts the
doing cracking.
circulation
I
out of
might
it
take him
temporarily.
out.
And as his other hand goes down, as his
Hey,
yo,
Zach.
don't call Aaron at 3 a.m., bro.
Yo, Aaron's we gotta get on GTA and do that.
Don't call it.
Don't call
Calling UC
Mike
Meister at
Sir at 3
3 a.m.
a.m. And then we're gonna get Aaron voiceover and do that, Zeke.
But
Digging
that's
him
gonna be
out,
fire.
fam.
I can't wait.
See you tomorrow.
But hey,
Me and
bro,
Static. Me
that's
and
what you get for
Static
ignoring
in
my
his
story,
fucking
bro.
cargo. Me and Static. Me and Static.
Now, as he runs away from the angry trenchcoat man, he realizes that
And he's gonna start
with some
snarling of
swiftness
laughter.
and some swiping of the hand, he somehow had the envelope with $200,000 in it in his hand. And as the trenchcoat man realizes this angers him, and he runs. He attempts to run at you, and he pulls out a knife, chasing you down across the street with murderous intent of the death and killing of you. And you just run, but then you realize something. How could this man? How could this man know that you are being cucked? And you realize the only way is he can watch you. He knows everything about you. He keeps tabs on you. Maybe when you were beating your meat to that last
Aaron,
video,
he's
when he was beating his
literally
meat to the last
talking
video,
about Fight Club, but
when he was
Gooner.
nutting in the butt, when he was watching the video, and he busted out his meat and busted out, he was on the cameras watching that. He's seen everything. He's like your all-seeing eye. He's in your cameras. He's in your
And he's
laptop
gonna
camera.
end up
He's in your
being
phone
the
camera when
guy
you're
that
in
gave him the.
Pornhub
He's
on your
gonna be
phone
the
in the
guy who gave
bathroom.
him the perk was himself.
But then you realize this might be a losing battle. But then you reminisce back
Be
to that
back, Aaron.
night where you got cucked in the hotel, where life was hopeless, and one sign of life gave you that drive to keep going. So then you realize that you shouldn't just give up and let him kill you. You should allow him. You should attempt to escape. There's still hope as long as you don't give up. You attempt to keep running. You attempt to keep running. You decide, I'm a gooner. I'm a loser. I'm a cuck. So why don't I use that to my advantage? So then, as you are running away from him, you whip that meat out and you start you start you start quickly jerking it. You could bust on the floor and make him slip and fall. And as he realizes this, as he sees that you are jerking his meat, I mean, no, 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 no. As he sees that you are jerking your meat, he looks away in disgust. And as you bust on the floor, he slides and slips and throws the knife up at the air. And as he falls and hits his head on the concrete, the knife falls into him. And just like that, your problem is gone. And the trenchcoat man is deceased. And just like that, that was one less problem that you had to deal with. Now, next, you decided that revenge needed to come full circle. You decided to, to boss up on your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend, and that muscular man. You decided you want to take out the muscular man for that bulging he pulled at the hotel. So you decided to pull the knife out of the trenchcoat man's lifeless body, and you decide this isn't how I want to do it. You drop it yet again, and you decide it's time to get strapped up, no dildo. And you start looking, and you decide this dude named Floating Cabal, he stays with the straps, so I'm gonna hit him up. So you call him up, right? You call him up, right? And he gives you the strap. Now, you're not just going to run up on him and pop him. You're not gonna put a few in him. No homo. you're going to wait until you meet them and take them out on the spot. So then you continue on into life with your business, with all this passion that you have, your never-ending passion, due to the passion perks, and you just accumulate millions and millions of dollars. And one day the news covers new drugstore, new multi-million dollar company. It's just a simple drugstore in the trap house, and it's called Passion Perks. You get all the recognition you want. You get more manufacturers, so you won't have to worry about running out of Passion Perks. And you just keep accumulating money. No no customers. I mean, did I just say no customers and you're making money? I can't believe I just said that bullshit, bro. I meant no employees, no managers. You take all this money and you have it all to yourself. No one to distribute it with. And now you're living in the hills. You went from the trap to the hills. You're living in a mansion. And instead of beating your meat, you have Johns, you have girls. I mean, they don't have meat, but like beat their fish to you. And you get all the bad Johns, except you curve them all because you know what they're here for. They're here for that guap. They're here for the bread. Don't even waste your time and just keep getting that money. So then one day, as you're walking out in your Balenciaga track runners, your Amiri sweatpants, and your unreleased Balenciaga hoodie, you see the muscular man, poor and broke like a loser, and your girlfriend, both with a trash BBL, walking there on the street. Now, as you walk down, as you see them, you call out your girlfriend's name, and you do a little bit of catch up talking, and as you're doing this, you're doing subtle flexing on them, and you attempt to ridicule about how they're broken losers now, and they're just living on the streets, and they're both trying to suck meat for money. And as you realize this, the man gets on his knees and starts begging, pleading with you. Look, man, I'm sorry for what happened at the hotel, but we just need money to get back on our feet. And then you look at him with a look of disdain. Now, there are two things you could do. Get the full circle good ending that you've always wanted, and be like, hell no, you're not getting nothing. And pop that negus right where he's right. Yo, bro, how am I stuttering? Right where he kneels, or you could be a good guy. You could be a nice guy. And put them both on the income that you have and get them right. But you think nice guys always finish last. And you think that muscular negus will attempt to backdoor you for that bread. So you're like, sorry, I don't mess with broke negus. Broke niggas get on my nerves. And you pull out this strap, you go, boop, boop, boop. And just like that, the muscular dude is dead. Right there. One part of the full circle. And after that, rather than even looking at your ex-girlfriend, you just put your AirPod in. Put both AirPods in, play some unreleased Osama Son, and walk away. As she looks at you with tears in her eyes, she starts shouting your name, begging you to help her. She starts crying near her now dead boyfriend's body. And she starts crying and crying. But you realized you just bossed up on that John. And you got more money than her. And you just showed that negus who really wanted the end. And just like that, the end. Yo, hey, bro, that was a good story. You can't even lie. And you can't even lie, bro. That was a good story, bro. More of the story, more of the story. Even if niggas be putting you down right now, listen, bro. Even if niggas be putting you down right now, they think they're all up right now because they have temporary success and they're flexing that temporary success on you. Don't worry, bro. As long as you put that grind in, as long as you put that grind into whatever you want to do, you're gonna be straight. And that joint is gonna come full circle, and you're gonna boss up on that niggas. That op John, their ex. Your ex says, I don't want to be with you no more because you're broke right now. And what you're doing isn't going anywhere right now. You keep grinding with that joint, boss up on a niggas, and you're gonna be straight. You know, you're gonna win in the end. Feel me? It's like you'll have great. Let's put this in Fortnite terms. When you drop in, it's like the niggas takes your loot and leaves you on 1 HP. The duo. Let's just say you're solo doing. But then you just keep searching for that loot. You find a gold scar, a blue pump. This is when they did 200 damage. A heavy sniper, 10 minis, and 3 big pots. And when it's when it's the last 3 people and you in a 1v2, it's those 2, you boss up on them niggas. Beam that niggas with the scar, hit him for 300 with the heavy
Yo,
sniper,
he is
and
not
200 pump
still
that niggas for
going.
game.
God damn.
Bro, you missed the whole story, bro. It just ended, bro. But yeah, hey, bro, even if you down right now, you just gotta keep grinding, and you're gonna boss up on niggas in the end. But that's the whole story.